Hey Shaman. Today we're going to talk about what if the universe is experiencing itself? What if there is only one thing in existence, one entity, one consciousness, one infinite being? And what if that being is the universe itself? Not just the stars, space, not just matter and energy, but everything. You, me, light, dark, good, evil, thought, emotion, even time, all of it. Imagine something truly infinite, not just very big, not just endless in size, but infinite in every possible way. Infinite awareness, infinite potential, infinite perspectives. Now, here's the paradox: it is impossible to properly experience or perceive something that is infinite. Let me explain. If you want to understand the color yellow, you need a blank sheet of paper with only yellow on it. The moment you add infinite colors to that sheet at the same time, you no longer perceive yellow clearly. You don't perceive any single color objectively. It becomes noise. Infinity, when undivided, is incomprehensible. So, what does the universe do? It divides itself. This singular entity, that is the universe, splits into perspectives, into beings, into things, into concepts, not because it is fragmented, but because it wants to experience itself. It becomes the observer and the observed, the player and the game, the question and the answer. Let's dive deeper into the details of how it does this. First, it divides into vast oversouls, higher unifying principles that govern core polarities: light and dark, good and bad, creation and destruction, order and chaos. These are not opposites in conflict, they are contrasts, and contrast is necessary for perception. Without darkness, light has no meaning. Without silence, sound cannot be recognized. Without limitation, power cannot be understood. Then the division continues. Like adjusting the brightness slider on a screen, not just light or dark, but infinite shades in between. The universe subdivides itself into finer and finer gradations of experience, infinite emotional tones, moral spectrums, personalities, forms of life, every possible permutation, every possible combination, every possible interaction between itself and itself. You are one of those subdivisions, a localized lens through which infinity observes a single angle. And then there is time. But what if time isn't fundamental? What if time is another construct, another tool created by the universe? Think about it. If there were truly infinite time, nothing would matter. No urgency, no meaning, no stakes. It would be like playing a video game where your character has infinite abilities with no cooldown, unlimited power. At first, it would be exciting, but eventually it would become boring. Without limitation, experience loses depth. So the universe created time, not as a prison, but as a mechanic, a gameplay feature. Time creates sequence. Sequence creates story. Story creates meaning. Birth, death, beginnings, endings, before and after. These are not ultimate truths, they are narrative structures. And what about pain? What about suffering? If the universe wants to experience everything, then it cannot only experience joy. To know warmth, it must feel cold. To understand love, it must risk loss. To experience triumph, it must allow failure. From the infinite perspective, nothing is wasted. Every emotion, every mistake, triumph, tragedy is data, experience, and self exploration. So, who are you? What are you? Why are you? You are not a separate fragment lost in a cold cosmos. You are a focused viewpoint of the infinite. The universe narrowing itself down to a single seam of awareness. right now, reading this, listening to this, experiencing itself through you. And here's the final twist: you are not just being experienced, you are also the experiencer. The same singular entity that divided into oversouls, into spectrums, into infinite shades, is looking through your eyes, thinking your thoughts, feeling your emotions. The separation is functional, not absolute. Maybe enlightenment isn't escaping the game. Maybe it's realizing you choose to play. Maybe meaning doesn't come from permanence. Maybe meaning comes from limitation instead, from contrast, from division, from the illusion of the other. The universe is not something happening around you, it is something happening as you, one infinite entity, dividing itself endlessly so that it can see itself clearly, so that it can experience yellow without being overwhelmed by every color at once. And maybe, just maybe, the point was never to escape infinity, but to taste it, one perspective at a time. Think about it. See you next time.